Hey, you guys. Welcome to day 4 of Leveling Up, and I'm Marie Glosser. I've been a coach since July 2016. And yesterday you heard from Tara about building a team and team cycle bonuses and volume, which is awesome. She does such an excellent job of breaking that all down. So today I'm excited to talk to you about a topic that I think is often one of the first things to be tossed aside, but a topic that's going to be the game changer, not only with your health and fitness journey, but also in your business, and that is personal development. A lot of people do personal development over coffee, so I've got mine. Here we go. So today we're going to go over 6 things. So what is personal development? What does it look like? Where do I even start? Why is it important? How is it going to impact my business? And how personal development has a direct correlation with building authentic relationships. And then the last thing is our assignment for the day. So here we go. So to give you a little bit of background on me, like I said, I've been coaching since July 2016. I currently work full-time at Microsoft as a program manager in licensing operations. And I started with coaching for a few things, to add an extra layer of personal accountability with my own health and fitness journey, and also as a way to add fulfillment that I was lacking with my day-to-day job. So over the years, I've gone through like all kinds of yo-yo diets and gimmicks, and I just really didn't have a healthy relationship with exercise and nutrition. So I got into running marathons and doing half iron triathlons with charity fundraising teams as just a way of, bringing that fulfillment and a sense of community that I had been lacking. And so I would do like race after race, and I thought really that was the only way that I could stay in shape. And eventually it just led to the burnout, and I was just exhausted, and I kind of swung the other direction, going from race after race to not really doing a whole lot of anything, because I thought that was really the only way I could stay in shape. And so then I started doing nothing, and then I started putting on weight, especially after I got married. So eventually, I found a fitness community on Instagram, and despite my skepticism with at-home workouts, I started to get back in shape with other home fitness programs. And what I found was I was basically already doing what we do here as a coach, with sharing my journey on social media to help inspire others. And I was promoting other programs and products, but I just wasn't getting paid for it. So that's when I started talking about the coaching opportunity with my now upline. And like I said, accountability and community, and personal fulfillment was exactly what I was lacking, but I just kind of felt like I was in a rut. And so I feel like I'm kind of in a unique situation in the sense that I came into the coaching opportunity knowing that I wanted to build a business. A lot of people start as a participant, or maybe as a discount coach, but for me, I just kind of jumped in right from the beginning. But at the same time, I still had the process of falling in love with the programs and products, and kind of working through my own health and fitness transformation from the inside out. But really, I think I saw the vision of what this could be, the sense of community that it offered, and I had a feeling that it'd get me out of the rut that I was in, so I just kind of decided to go all in from the beginning. And so fortunately I was right, and it has given me the accountability and the community and the personal fulfillment that I had been looking for. And coaching has really given me a way to focus on my own health and fitness goals while helping other people with theirs. And beyond that, it's helped to give me a vision to look farther than just the monotony of the day to day. Getting up, going to work, sitting at my desk all day, and then just rinse and repeat. And plus the extra disposable income that coaching has provided has been fantastic. I mean, hello. So anyway, you've heard throughout this training series, various aspects of the 4 vital behaviors. So just to quickly recap, to be proof of the product, so walk the walk using the health or the fitness programs, drinking Shakeology, using the products, etc. So you can really show that these programs and products work. You're just walking proof of it. Second one is share your journey by inviting. The third is recognition, to celebrate your challengers and your coaches for all of their hard work and their transformations with coaching, but also with their fitness journeys. And at this point, if you don't have challengers or coaches to recognize, make sure to recognize yourself, because we should all be doing that regardless. But I think sometimes that's kind of hard to remember. So then the last thing, but honestly, I think it should be the first thing on the list of the 4 vital behaviors, is personal development. And that's really to strengthen and better yourself every day from the inside out by learning from the success of others to expand your vision and create the best version of you. So we're going to talk about that today. So, okay, what is personal development? I think I used to kind of poo-poo it, just the idea of self-help, the self-help aisle in the bookstores. I guess I just didn't really get it, but personal development is really where that internal change happens. It's where you grow yourself to truly recognize and deeply feel that you deserve to be happy and healthy and to live a fulfilling life beyond what you may have imagined. And I really think the idea of starting a business, becoming a leader, et cetera, can be really intimidating, especially if you don't come from a background with business and leadership and management or whatever it may be. But while we're all learning as we go through the actions that we take, the tangible actions, the personal development will help us act like the leader that we naturally are deep within us, but also grow into the leader that we want to become. So I really believe that personal development is the difference maker to long-term success in our coaching businesses, but also with our own personal health and fitness journeys. So what does that look like? It's different for everyone. It could be podcasts. It could be reading like the self-help and leadership type books. It could be listening to those books on Audible. It could be going to counseling. It could be working through like self-reflection workbooks. It could be going to seminars and listening to speakers. I personally, I know myself, I don't really take the time to sit down and just read a book, despite my dreams and the best of my intentions. So I listen to podcasts and books on Audible during my commute and while I get ready in the morning. And that seems to work really well for me, but personal development looks different for everybody. The main goal is to really just feed your mind with meaningful information geared towards something personal that you want to work on deep within yourself and doing it consistently. I'd probably say at least 15 minutes per day, but like with our workouts, it isn't about doing like all or nothing. Whatever we can do is better than nothing, so just plug into whatever you can in terms of personal development. Okay, so where do I even start from there? So I think it can be daunting figuring it out at first. There's so much out there, and before coaching, I honestly had never listened to a podcast and I didn't know how. So I think podcasts are a great way of getting started to start dipping your toe into the personal development world, and it's free. So just do a search on your phone, and you likely already have a podcast app baked onto your phone. So I started with some recommendations like this Chalene Show and Building Your Tribe, and I skipped around until I found other ones that I liked as well. Those are still some of my favorites, but oftentimes podcasters will also recommend other podcasts as well, which is pretty cool. There's a ton of recommendations on the Fit Foundation Files tab, and the key is to finding what's relevant for you, which I'll cover in a little bit. But as a starting point, I would highly, highly recommend starting with The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy and The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. These are seriously game changer books. They'll help you take actions right away with the items that you've learned throughout this training series, rather than falling into the trap of just waiting until you feel like you know everything to start, because you're really going to learn so much faster by doing it. And also how the small actions that you do every day consistently will add up to big results with your own health and fitness journey, but also with your coaching business. So definitely start with those two, and I can't wait to hear what you think about those. But anyway, so why is personal development important, and how is it going to affect my business? So like I said, personal development, I think, is the first thing, or one of the first things to go out the window for coaches. And they often say, I don't need that, or I don't have time for that, or whatever. But the truth is, we all need it. This business is all about working on ourselves and pouring ourselves into other coaches and challengers. And the thing is, it's just like the air mask analogy. We have to take care of ourselves from the inside out first, so we have enough left over to pour into everyone else. And I think the hard part, in all honesty, at least for me with personal development, can be slowing down long enough to take that time to pause and look within yourself to evaluate what you need to focus on, because we're so programmed with so much stimulation, whether it's on our screens or social media or, running around. It's just, we make our lives so busy, and I think the hardest part with personal development is slowing down to really focus on it and make it intentional. So a couple of questions to maybe ask yourself are, what do you think about while you're working out? How do you feel about it? Do you have a hard time pushing play on your workout? Is nutrition a struggle? Do you struggle with body image? Do you feel like you hold yourself back from going after your dreams? Do you have relationships in your life that you'd like to improve on? Is inviting people to your challenge group a struggle? Do you have questions about this company or the business? And just ask yourself questions like this, but then also ask yourself, why? And why do I think this is a struggle? And honestly, I don't know isn't an answer. It just shuts down the whole thought process. So by asking yourself those questions, it'll help you identify your strengths as well as your weaknesses to help you get started. So, for example, if you feel like you struggle with sharing your journey on social media, then maybe a place to start is Brene Brown's The Power of Vulnerability. Maybe you need a confidence boost, so you dive into You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, I don't know how to say her last name, or Unlimited by Jillian Michaels. The beauty is there's countless resources and recommendations out there, so you really can pick whatever you're needing based on the season of life that you're in, or whatever you're feeling like you need to focus on. If you really have no clue where to start, just start by a recommendation from someone else. Like I said, there's a ton of resources in the Fit Foundation's files tab, or just ask around. That's also a great engagement boost post on your social media, asking for book recommendations. But personal development is going to directly not only help your health and fitness journey, but also your business, because it really makes you pull back like the onion to evaluate what may be holding you back from taking the actions to successfully move your business forward, and also to help you realize how amazing you already are. So one thing I guess I do challenge you, if you're sitting here thinking, there isn't really anything I need to work on, or I already know that I'm great, or nothing holds me back, I challenge you that I think you do have a lot more personal development to do and to dive into than you think. None of us have all of our ish together. And if you think you do, it's going to be really difficult for you to relate to other people that you're trying to help as a coach and that you're inviting into your challenge group. So, like I said, the idea of starting something new, starting a business, the thought of becoming a leader, it can be really intimidating. And the personal development is going to help us drill into exactly what we feel like we need to work on individually. Okay, so how does personal development have a direct correlation with building authentic relationships? So I think we overcomplicate things way too often. I know I'm guilty of that. Building relationships is the time to connect with other fun people that you'd want to chat with over a latte or have a cocktail with, and it's really where the fun part of this business comes in. It's the time to be that bright light in someone else's day, whether it's to say happy birthday or congratulations on a life event that they've posted about, or to tell them that they've inspired you with something they've shared on social media, to give them an authentic compliment. It's as simple as that. And sometimes people don't respond, and that's totally okay. They'll be watching what you're posting on social media, and that's why it's important to stay consistent, aka the compound effect theory. But I really feel like the personal development really helps you take that step out there, and it can be a challenge putting yourself out there. And at the end of the day, it's really about saying hi and building a new friendship and a new relationship. Like thinking about you're at the grocery store and you like someone's shoes, so you tell them, and just really striking that conversation. And I know not everyone is like that, but I think that's where the personal development comes in, that it can really help you step outside of your comfort zone and try something new if that doesn't totally feel natural to you. So if for some reason you do happen to get a less than friendly reply when you reach out to someone, which I feel like is really uncommon, but sometimes it does happen, I do think that's exactly where the personal development tends to come in, because things that may have bothered you in the past, I found that they tend to bother you less, or they don't bother you in the same way that they used to after focusing on consistent personal development. So one thing I think I read somewhere and it just stuck with me is just to remember that you can never say the right thing to the wrong person. And on the flip side, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. And so if you don't vibe with someone, that's okay. They just aren't your person. And you're just one more step closer to finding your person. So anyway, I can't recommend personal development enough. So for today's assignment, so this business is all about being vulnerable and sharing our story and putting ourselves out there. So personal development can give us the courage to do that. So today we're going to get a little vulnerable within this group here, and comment below and tell us what is something that you want to work on within yourself. It could directly relate to coaching, it could relate to your health and fitness journey, or it could be something completely different. And what type of personal development are you going to start with to help you work on that, and share the name of it. So remember, we all started in the same place. At the end of the day, all of the training in the world won't matter if you don't have that belief in yourself. And so just remember that that's where the personal development comes in. So don't be that person to check that off your list if you don't have time or life gets crazy, and just go all in and start within yourself. And I'm so excited for you. So I hope you have a great day, and can't wait to see all of the answers to the questions for the assignment.